That's amazing. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. It's September 1st. Welcome to our coffee time, Grief Talk. And grab your coffee. We have our coffees ready. And my name is Jennifer Tom, and I'm with my favorite friend,
Darlene Rempel.
And we are excited to be here. So do us a favor, grab a coffee, and let's do some grief talk. And it's the beginning. It's a new month.
Mm-hmm.
And this month, I am so excited. I see my friend watching. Please give us a thumbs up to know that you're here with us. And Darlene, I am so excited because the theme for this month is the power of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And if you enjoyed last month's session, the power of resilience, please give us a thumbs up. Thank you for all our friends who shared.
Yeah.
They left us comments. We had coffee with some amazing people. They joined our group. Please join our tribe because that's why we are here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did you have a big nugget for last month, the power of resilience, Darlene?
Big nugget. I think I just had practical experience.
Yes.
And I just, for those who I've shared before, my mom passed away last month. And so I think resilience is that ability to be present when you're going through grief. And I think when we have loss and we go through losses multiple times, we build this resilience. And I just felt that. When my mom passed away, I was able to be present. I've been able to grieve. We've been able to cry as a family. We've been able to talk. And it was just a really great experience. Not a great experience, but it was a good experience. And I'm so blessed to be able to celebrate my mom's life and just to be able to let go. And I find that resilience, right? Resilience comes when you go through loss and when you grieve. Well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was a tough month for us as we grieved Darlene's mom. And it's so interesting that even as we show up for you, my friends, life events happen to us too, right? Whether it's loss of a loved one, kids trouble, husband trouble, name it. This is just life. And I feel, Darlene, us sharing and being vulnerable with our tribe, our people, and sharing lessons learned, it gives us a purpose.
It does.
And even when those rocks or your life is on the blind side, it is for us to learn, and that's why we're able to show up. So, that was a tough month for us, and because we do this work, Darlene and I were connected. We did our thing.
We did our thing.
We did our thing, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
So, just moving to the new month. The power of purpose. You know what? Let's just put that, the power of purpose. We're going to just put a definition and we'll keep talking. Yes. We'll keep sharing what we have in store for you. So I'm going to share that quote, darling. We got this, we had to Google the definition of purpose. And what came up is purpose is the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists.
Wow.
I love that. And then, as we were talking this morning, like purpose is the aim or intention of something. That's how you get purpose, right?
When you find your why, that's when you get purpose.
Yes. And that's the most exciting part that we'll be talking about today. The feeling of being determined to do or achieve something.
Yes.
I love that too. It's like a goal, an aim, and what a person is trying to do.
And be.
I like that. So I love this quote. When you find your why, you don't hit snooze no more. You find a way to make it happen. Darlene, do you want to say more about that quote? Because I think it just hit your spot.
Yeah, just it's that when it just remind me that when you wake up in the morning, if you don't have a why or a purpose, it's very easy just to hit the snooze button and just to keep coasting along, and you don't achieve a lot, or you don't change or become a different person. But when you have a why, when you understand a purpose, when you know why you're getting up any morning, it's easy to hit the snooze, and you find a way to make things happen when things are difficult. You don't give up.
I love that. I love that. Thank you, Alana, for watching us. Thank you, Karen. What is your definition of purpose? Like, really, this is like coffee time. We can all share, because I know we all have different definitions of purpose. I would be so curious, Alana and Karen, if you could share with us, what's your definition of purpose? I love it. Okay. So, Darlene and I are just excited to share our purpose. But before we go there, we just want to share one thing.
Just one?
No, we have lots to share. But the first, where we're going to start with this is that I just want us to be on the same page that purpose changes. Purpose is like it blooms like a flower. So every stage, every event of your life, purpose changes. How many of us have met people, you ask them, what's your purpose? And they're like, I don't know. Because sometimes in our lives, we are at a place where we actually don't know. So just to help our friends realize that purpose changes with life. Purpose changes with your event. Purpose changes where you're at in life. So, for example, my purpose maybe 10 years ago was to be a mom, and my purpose was to be present with the kids and this. And as my life moved on, my purpose keeps changing. And right now, Darlene and I are aligned on our purpose. I'm so glad we met. And Darlene will share with you what's our purpose and why we show up every Wednesday. Darlene, do you want to share while I enjoy my coffee?
So again, our purpose started, and we found our purpose through our meaning of loss. So as Jennifer and I connected, and I remember it was over coffee, and as we connected and we were sharing what loss had meant to us and what we had learned from loss, we started finding our purpose, and we started finding our why we are doing what we're doing. And we started a plan and actually took action. And so I think that's what purpose does. So when we find meaning in life, so we found meaning in our losses, we found meaning in our desire to help people, we found meaning in just our passion to see people live in the present, to see people just living their life beyond what the losses that happened in their life. It gave us action, and it gave us purpose to create stronger life connections. It gave us purpose to write a book. It gave us purpose to be here every Wednesday with you. When we don't always feel like being here. But it's given us purpose to share, and our vision is just to see more and more people connected, more and more people able to process and find meaning out of their loss, and to share and to build a community where it's safe to share and talk. And so that's why we are doing what we're doing, why we're doing a book, why we're doing online courses, why we're going to do training to do groups, and what just gives us our drive probably to be here every day.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And I like the way we say, connect with us every day, because that's our purpose. So our purpose is to connect with you. I love what Darlene said. So I know, so being purposeful is knowing what you want, how to get it, and willing to work for it. I like what you said. Sometimes it's real life. We don't feel like showing up. Maybe the internet doesn't work. There's a reason. But when you know what you want and how to get it and willing to work for it, we get our purpose.
That's right. So we don't hit the snooze button.
We don't hit the snooze button. Yeah. So we are so excited, because the whole month we'll just be talking about purpose. We'll give you nuggets on how to find yours and how we can work together to find to help in any way or to share lessons learned about how we got our purpose. And we are excited because we have amazing speakers coming on the next 3 Wednesdays to share with you how they got their purpose. And so if you're watching us, thanks Karen for the comment. If you're watching us or you watch later or you watch our podcast or Spotify, if you just Google Grief Talk, you will find us there. If you'd like to be on the part of our team, please message us. And I'm sure everybody has something to share. We all have a story. And so because I love stories, I'm going to share my story. I always share stories and I want to hear your stories too. So I decided to share this story, and you might have heard it before, but how we got to even where we are today or where I am today is because I went through different losses in my life. And at that time, I didn't know what my purpose is because I was in pain. I was blaming. I was judgmental. I just didn't know. And sometimes we are all in that place. I call it the cage, and we don't know what we want. And when at that time, if you ask me about my purpose, I had no idea. Okay, so fast forward, because of the losses I went through, now I have a purpose to work with people who've gone through a loss. And when we say loss, it's not only loss of a loved one, loss of a job, finances. Loss is a loss, and we grieve. And so my life purpose is to, I always say it's like holding, someone held my hand and I found my purpose of serving others. And I would like to do the same. And that's why we show up. And then I met wonderful Darlene, and now it's like, oh, this is what we're meant to be. So my question to you, my friends, it doesn't matter where you are in life. Who is it you want to be? Who is it you want to be? So with my loss, I decided I want to be somebody who can be there for others. So who is it do you want to be? I heard this from my coach, Brandon Bachad. I love the way he teaches. He said, most times we don't even have purpose because we're not living who we should be. We are living for others. We are living for our parents. Our parents told us to be like this, and that's what we are living. We're living for expectations. We are living what society expects of us. But true purpose comes when you're aligned with who is it you want to be. I like that, right?
Yes.
But if you live for other people, you have to dress like this because somebody said that. You're not aligned, and that's not purpose. Anyway, I'm just sharing what I've learned through my life. So when I found who is it I want to be, I said, I want to be that person where I'm there for others during loss.
Yes.
And that's just what Javelin shared too, about why we're here. So that's one. Number two, what is it you want to do? What is it you want to do? What is it you want to do? It's deep. We've all heard people going for jobs. Darling, okay, this is a bad joke, but I'm going to say it. They say most heart attacks happen every Monday morning because of people going to jobs they don't love. So are you doing something you love, or are you doing something for someone else? So again, purpose. What is it you want to do? And it's for you, not for anybody else, for you, for me, for you, just right? And then, of course, we have to leave you with this. Why? I love this. Why do you want to do it? And I'm sure I've shared this before. When we start thinking about how may I serve than what's there for me, then that's your purpose. Why do you want to do it? So I am so excited because this month is just going to be so amazing. Darlene and I have shared where where our purpose came from. It could change because as we agreed, we're like what's the
Blooming.
word? We're like blooming. We bloom all the time, and our purpose changes with
Yeah.
life and life events and
Mhm.
this. But if we're intentional
Mhm.
on our purpose and knowing who do we want to be,
Mhm.
what do we want to do, and why, that's it.
Mhm.
We've got it. And I like Brandon Bachard again. He says that's when you live fully.
Mhm.
You live fully for the life God has created us to be.
Yes.
And I love that Darlene always brings the nice side of after all that, how do we conclude? How does that apply to our grief talk today?
Okay. And I think we can sum it up as when you find meaning in loss, you can channel it into purpose for your. So purpose is fluid, just like Jen saying. It can be a change it can be a season in life change. It can be a loss that happens. But when we find new meaning in loss, it impacts our purpose. But again, when we find that meaning in any life event, any loss, then that can be channeled into our purpose. And that is where we find out who we are, what we want to do, and why we're doing it.
I love that. You know, for my friends, Darlene is a lady of not long words. Like I like tell stories. Darlene will just tell you a big nugget and it's bang. Good one, Darlene. I love it. So my friends, this was so good. And I just want to encourage you to join us next Wednesday because now we can hear from others how they found purpose and where they're at today.
Yes.
And I believe when we stay connected and learn from each other,
Yes.
we can just build a community that's amazing and we can start living fully instead of living for someone else. And that's where purpose comes from. So until next Wednesday, please join us on our private group. Check out our website and get a copy of our book because all this stuff we share, it's all in there and you can journal and just how do you say, just work through the work. Just do the work. Do the work. And please stay connected.
Yes.
Darlene, do you have last comments?
No, I think you summed it up. We're here. We want to connect with you. We want you to find purpose, and we're your cheerleaders. We want to support you and know how we can help you with our resources. Just connecting with us. Yeah. So we're here for you.
Awesome. Have a good week and
You
see you
too.
next Wednesday.